Good day to you all. It has become very pertinent again on behalf of the ECWA executive and the entire family, ECWA family worldwide, for we, the Evangelical Church Winning All, to express deep concern on the ongoing decimation of Christians in Christian communities of southern Kaduna with brazen impunity by Fulani militia, and to call upon the state and the federal governments to stop the killings of Christians in the state. It is very disturbing that these daily onslaughts on Christians in Kaduna State and southern Kaduna in particular have been going on for just too long, unattended to by the federal and state governments, as if the lives of Christians no longer matter in the areas under attacks.
Hello, wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. I am back again, here on this platform where we tell you the truth the way it is. We don't look at anybody's face. We don't reserve anything on the path of truth. We say it the way it is. Nigeria has become an abattoir where life worth nothing, especially to those who are in government. It is getting worse every day. People are dying. The world, you must hear this. People are dying. People are being killed in Nigeria on daily basis. And top government officials try to water it down while they are fueling the killing from behind the scene. Yes. Because their utterances, their body language, their comments shows they are not even hiding their agenda. Kaduna State had become the boiling point, killing the southern Kadunas, while the governor there is justifying these killings, trying to use Quran or even bringing the Bible to his argument. Now, make una not think say na me dey talk. Make una listen to the governor of Kaduna State. I'll be right back.
Yes, we offered them money. We said, look, if we have to pay you not to kill our people, we're happy to do it. Compensation for lives and property has foundations even in the Quran and the Bible. Frankly, as the governor of the state, this is where my opinion comes in. As I speak, we are aware of some church leaders that have been getting money from abroad to bury Christians that have been killed, to rebuild thousands of churches that have been destroyed, because the more they put this on social media and give the impression that Christians are being targeted, the more dollars flow in.
Is there your proof of this?
I will not say proof. The security agencies have been monitoring, and when we put it all together, you'll be surprised which people we are going to prosecute.
We have less than 90 seconds.
There are people in southern Kaduna, political leaders, church leaders, that are selling a narrative of exclusion, that only indigenes should live there, only people of a particular religion should live there. Now, unless people agree to live in peace and know that this is Nigeria, no one can chase anyone out.
Una see him? You heard it from him. Now, does he sound like somebody that wants to end this killing? No, that is the answer me. Nigerians, does this man that occupies the government seat of Kaduna State talk like somebody that wants to put an end to this killing in southern Kaduna? He is talking like an advocate of these killers. He is talking like a legal counsel representing the spokesman of this killer headsmen or these killer bandits or whatever you call them, trying to wipe out, or even at the point of completely exterminating a Christian community in Kaduna State. You heard it. This is not the first time he's making this kind of statement. I've been publishing his commentary because we keep the records for them, where he said that any person that kills a Fulani man has taken a loan that is payable. This is not the first time I'm showing you this. And this man had continued to go from one television station to radio station and even on his Twitter handle to re-emphasize his position. He's not telling you his own personal opinion. That is the central ideology of these people. Yes, to take over your land. They don't even care to come and say, okay, let us settle within your community, live at peace with you, contribute to the development of those areas. Never. Tell me one place where Fulani people have settled and have contributed immensely to the development of those areas. In the development of school, they go school. In the development of agriculture, they are destroying agricultural produce. In the development of hospital, I don't even see, I've never even gone to any hospital and see this. I don't know where they get their own medication. Are we talking about banking? Have you seen a Fulani man coming to bank? So tell me, in what area they are not providing jobs? They are not creating one. They are not helping in any way to add value to the society. Just tell me any place. Because whenever I ask these questions, I need answers. So make it not be like, say, I just dey talk. But this is the truth. But nobody will come up to say it. They are waiting for us to change the Peters. But I will. I'm not doing it on my own volition. I'm not doing it because I like doing it. But the forces behind this platform will not allow me to sleep with my two eyes closed while these things are happening and I don't speak out. I am the voice of our ancestors, the voice of the voiceless, the voice of God. And I must tell you, Judgment Day is coming. Let them not think that all these things will be swept under the carpet. No, it will never. Every blood that you have killed, every blood of an innocent person that you have killed, whether by the way of sponsorship or encouraging them or giving them the backup, that will go without consequences, that will go without judgment. We're not even talking about judgment of an afterlife. We're talking about your judgment here on earth. You're going to receive your reward, I must tell you. Because the lives of these people you are killing, you can't give. How can you take a life that you cannot give? For what? The land? The land that is their own? The land that you don't even know how it was created? Come on. Nigerians, you have seen the kind of impunity you have brought upon yourselves. You have seen how your gullibility have landed you all. In fact, all of us all, because I am involved. I can't count myself out. This thing that we are living here in this part of the world is not life. A land where cow worth much more than human beings. What kind of country is that? What kind of country is this? When we say dismember this British colonial contraption, some people think that we are just troublemakers. We are not. We are just trying to provide an ending and lasting solution to all these killings. I keep telling you, we either save Nigeria and destroy Nigerians, or we kill Nigeria to save Nigerians. You have to make your choice. The choice is yours to make. Nigerians have continued to become victims of Nigeria. The impunity happening in Nigeria, happening with double quick match. And the way these people are carrying this agenda out in this regime, in this current regime, shows that time is running out of them. They needed to cement their grip on our lands before their time is up. Now it is left for you to allow it to happen, or you stand up and say enough is enough. And when we are making our first stand regarding these Marudas, now the same people, don't think that it is only in the southern Kaduna. They are already in your towns and villages. You heard when they said that they have the boldness and the audacity to say they are going to set up their own security outfit in your villages throughout Nigeria. Throughout Nigeria. There is no community. Go to your village and ask. There is pockets of Fulani settlement. We are not against anybody settling in our homeland. We are accommodative people. But what we say no to is somebody coming at the wee of the night when we are sleeping to go and settle in our forest without identifying with the community, without any contact with the community. Settle in the forest and start this pocket attack on our farmers. Our forests are no longer safe. Our farmland are no longer safe. They pretend that they are cattle railers, that they are ranching cattle. They are not even ranching cattle, that they are marudas, cattle marudas, going from one place to the other, in the guise of open grazing. That is why we say we must put a stop to that, because that is what is opening the doorway for them to penetrate. When they ranch these cattle, we know where they are. They don't want to know. They don't want us to know where they are. They don't want us to dictate their movement or their activities. That is why they prefer open grazing. That is why the federal government is not even at this time. Federal government is still talking about the cattle routes, the grazing routes of 19 when the world began. That is what your government is still talking about now. Shit. They have an agenda. But it is left for us to put a stop to that the agenda. And it starts with say no to open grazing. Say no to open grazing. I say no to open grazing. Join the campaign to end open grazing in our homeland. We have sent this bill, Ali Igbo Development Foundation, in collaboration with the coalition of religious and civil society organizations in Ali Igbo coalition for Ali Igbo religious and civil society organizations. They are already in for this 1 million march to end open grazing. Ali Igbo Development Foundation sent this drafted bill to these governors of the Southeast and the South, and they refuse up till now. What they are waiting for is when our homeland becomes like what is happening in the southern Kaduna. We say no, we will not allow it to get to that point. That is why we are making our first stand. And after that, we will now tell these governors, now we will be the people, now we be government. Thank you for watching. This is PVI Channel 1. We call it Good Governance Ministry. People's Restoration Movement is a movement to restore the dignity of humanity. Ali Igbo Development Foundation is an Igbo organization dedicated for the development of Igbo land and for its security and progress. Join the 1 million march. The church are sitting up. I thank God for so many people who I think they have given up. Apostles, bishops, archbishops, they are standing behind this 1 million march. That is where the revolution will start. Thank you for watching this far. This is me, your humble servant, serving you with all sense of humility and respect. the voice of the people, the voice of God, the voice of our ancestors. Stay safe. If you have not subscribed, click on the subscription button. Keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing. Let me get your comments. Most importantly, join the 1 million march. I'm signing out.